LeBron James has opened a school, and he spent a lot of his summer watching his son play basketball. And he addressed his son's basketball team and gave them some wisdom. Let's listen.
We got Hall of Famers, and some of the best players that ever played a game came off the bench or didn't play. That don't mean you ain't good. There's guys in the NBA that don't play. Does that mean they're not good? They got to the NBA because they were sorry? They're just playing a role. If you don't want to roll, play tennis or play golf. Because then you can do what you want to do, and then you got nobody else to blame because it's only an individual sport. If that's what you want to do, play tennis or play golf. But if you want to play a team sport, there's going to be things that you got to give up to get what you want.
There's a lot to unpack there, Ryan. I want to start with this. Do you think LeBron James ever came off the bench ever?
No.
Never,
Are you
right?
kidding me? How could you? I mean, it wasn't like he had this growth spurt. Would Michael Jordan swear in front of kids, though? Is that what we're going to do here?
Oh, we're doing the who's the GOAT of not swearing in front of children? Is that what we're going with this? I like it.
Hey,
I like the angle.
You have kids. I don't. Have you had to do this kind of talk? Or the kids, like, are we worried about roles right now?
No, I haven't been able to do that. I want one of the kids in the group to be like, I get what you're saying, LeBron. I totally understand, but I flew to this city and stayed in a hotel, and I've gotten 3 straight DMPs, and I'm 14 years old. Like, how is this making me better? How is that my role? What's my role? The guy who picks what restaurant we ordered from? Like, what is my role here? I'm getting DMPs, and I'm 13 years old.
Great point. I have a follow-up question for you. Do you think when you look at this weird Lakers roster that I've said has almost too much depth because there's about 13 guys that all think they're supposed to be getting minutes because they're young players that want the next contract or one-year guys that want the next contract. Do you think this is a rehearsal for his current Lakers teammates?
I love what you just did there. I absolutely love it because this is exactly, he could play this exact clip midway through the season and there'd be at least 8 people on the team that he could be directly speaking to with those exact words. I do want to briefly just touch on the Lakers roster. There's 2 ways this could go. Like, if you think about like the best of this could go, like this, the ceiling is very high, but the floor is just so low. Like the floor, like the Rondo, Lance Stevenson, McGee, Beasley, LeBron mix. I can't imagine that wouldn't go perfectly. I can't imagine.
You know what I love about this though is like how good everybody is after the fact that it happens. They're like, oh yeah, he was just going there. Like, this is perfectly fine. And then be like, what about this roster? And be like, this is exactly what he wanted. If you ever did a segment on this show, any show at ESPN months ago, and said, I think what Magic Johnson and the Lakers will do is say, hey, here's what we're going to do, LeBron. We're going to get you Rondo. We're going to get you Lance. We're going to get you JaVale. We're going to get Beasley. We're going to pay Pope a ton. And then we're going to keep all the young guys and not add any other established guy. And that's kind of what we're looking at this next year. Who would go?
Do you know what it reminds me of? This is what I did last year. We always talk about when we're right about things, but I was so wrong about this. Last year, I thought the Cavs were like going to be great. I was thinking about Derrick Rose and Isaiah Thomas and Crowder, a 3-and-D guy they always needed. I was like, this Cavs team is going to win the championship. Like, their second team could go to the playoffs in the East, and it really didn't go that way. And I feel the same way about this Lakers thing. Like, if you look at them on paper, you can imagine a way that this works, but we know it's not going to work.